All right, Danielle, tell us a little bit about your objective statement.
So I have rewritten my objective statement from the first resume that we've looked at, which previously talked about money.
Okay, so this is going to be like comparing your student resume where you were getting a job to support yourself. Now this one is more toward your cause and your purpose after creating your answering the who am I and what is my purpose. Okay. Let's see it. Let's go. Okay, excellent. So let's see if we can see, remember the four parts that we're looking for? We're looking for identity, direction, connection, and place your order. So let's see what we've got. I have a zeal for building a life with intention. I like that. There's some identity. I shine when I serve. Identity, identity. I love it. That's shining brightly through. When I serve others through high quality coaching and support, where I teach how to handle life's challenges. Okay, I'm seeing the identity come through really strong. My purpose is to engage in meaningful interactions, inviting others to establish goals and become a transitional character in their own life. Okay, I see strong connection here. Let's see where the direction is. My purpose is to engage in meaningful, invite others and establish goals and become a transition. Okay, so you want to be part of other people's lives and part of their story. So I saw some identity, I saw some direction, and I saw some connection. Tell me what you see here.
For the identity, I used kind of the zeal for building a life with intention and shine when I serve others. Kind of tried to pull in the direction and support where I teach how to handle life's challenges and the purpose to engage in meaningful interactions. And that kind of speaks for the connection as well.
Okay, point out the direction. Can we develop that more or can you point it out to me? I feel like it's missing a little bit of a direction, but I'm wondering if you can speak to it so that we can include it.
I guess the part that I was thinking was direction oriented was my purpose is to engage along with teaching how to handle life's challenges.
Okay, got it. Okay, can you see why I'm searching for direction a little bit?
Not so much. Maybe you can clarify that.
Let's put that on pause for just 1 second and think about this. So we're looking for direction, and I do see the purpose. I acknowledge that. What about the fourth thing, place your order? I think that if we talk about place your order, the direction will actually show up. So where's your place your order? Did you get a place your order in there?
No, so I haven't included place your order yet.
Okay. Okay, so that might explain why. Let me ask you this question. Did you use a specific job description to align this objective statement for? In other words, are you modifying this objective statement specifically for a role that you're interested in?
I looked at a couple of job listings to get some ideas for wording, and mostly pulled it from the IDC to start with.
Okay, so that explains why it's the way it looks. So this would be a great place to point out that this is a progression. I really love how it's moved from money and the student looking needs to more of an offer of what you have to offer. I think the next step is pick a job description and adopt some of the language and compare it and insert some of that language into the objective statement that you've got. And then let's come back and take another pass through it and see if when you place that order, the direction comes up more strongly. So use this as a basis. Don't lose any of the identity and the connection. And let's see if we can add in those two other elements and show those flourish. All right, Danielle.
Okay, so this original draft is the original draft that came from the outdated resume that we've looked at the beginning. So I just have a copy of that here to show the progression and improvement. And
Good.
then I've got that IDC draft there in blue. Use that, and I just use that to kind of a new objective statement, if you will. And then from there, you can see I've got a job description draft in red. And what I did was I found a job that I'm interested in applying for. And you can see in blue, I've highlighted some of the words that I felt related to me. And then I took those and I implemented them into a job description draft of my objective statement.
Okay, great. So let's give this some context. So if I am meeting you for the first time, say you're in an interview or even in pre-interview stage, and someone asks you, "Hey, what is your career goals? Who is Danielle?" What would you say to them at that point?
Well, if I got asked that, I think I'd probably refer to my objective statement.
That sounds really good. It's like me in 30 seconds. Our attempt with you is to create a final job description draft with the secret sauce at the end, which is placing an order. So what else do we have from the job description that we can take a look at?
So something else I was able to get a hold of by contacting for more information was a summary of work from the employer.
So this is a great point. You can also go to like their career website. You can look for their statement, their value statement, their mission statement. If you're looking at a corporation, what they've done in the community, gather that information and do some study about the company that you're applying for. This may seem like doing a lot extra, but the more you can associate yourself with the company, uh, the more they will see your interest in their company. And that will position you very, very well. You will have done your homework and it will show. So you've done a really good job of showing us what you got from your employer. I also noticed, and if you can share this again, the work that you did towards placing your order. Tell us what you've done with regard to placing your order and describing what you want, because we're going to integrate that into the final draft of your objective statement.
Okay, so where I left off the last time that we spoke about my objective statement was that I seemed to be missing place my order. So I did a little thinking and I just wrote down a couple of the things that I think that I want. You know, if I were to take this job, what would I want out of this? What's my desire? So I just wrote a couple of things down.
Great. Okay, so that's our task together, is to go to a final draft of your objective statement, which includes elements of the IDC and a placer order at the end. One tip, here's a pro tip for doing this. It would be really good for you to have a microphone and explain your who you are, your me in 30 seconds, and record it so that you can get the nuances as you have people ask you who you are, and it will become more and more refined. If you have it recorded, then you can actually transcribe that and actually capture some of the goodness that naturally comes up in a natural conversation, and you can put it into writing. So just a little pro tip there. Okay, so what you've done so far is terrific. You've copied the draft. You've grabbed some of these keywords out of the job description. Let me take a pass down through it and see if I can help with any others. And I'm scanning for words that they use often. Okay, I see one. So second line, behavioral health work shows up. That shows something similar shows up 2 lines down on Committee of Mental Health. There's another one 2 lines down on behavioral health coordinator. So that one's definitely showing up as a keyword. Is the behavioral health coordinator the name of this position?
Yes, it is.
Okay. So another tip here is adopt that behavioral health coordinator as your title at the top of your resume. Just claim that because that's the position you're applying for. Okay. All right. So this is our draft, and let's start massaging this a little bit. The first thing I see is this has got a lot of I's in it. So it's a lot of first person. So we're going to try and reduce some of that by just removing the I's. The ideal is 3 to 4 lines, no more than 4 in 3 sentences. So 3 lines, 3 sentences. We can spill into 4 if we need to. The way to look at this is I want to answer identity, I want to answer how I connect with people, and I want to answer direction. And as part of that direction, it's easy to integrate your placing your order. So let's take a look at this. I'm driven toward building a life with intention, and I love teaching others how to implement changes and improve outcomes. I shine when I create positive relationships through high quality leadership and support. Let's see if we can put that in one sentence, and that would be your identity sentence. So what have we got? Driven leader who implements change and improved behavioral health outcomes. How does that feel as far as a strong sentence? Is that representative of you, and is it a solid, strong statement?
I think so. I think it reflects some IDC, and I think it also meets the job description.
I do too. I love it. That's your identity statement right there. Let's see what we can do to do some connection statement. How do you connect with other people, and how does your employer expect people to connect? That's what we're looking for next. So the first places to look are your sentence above about relationships. I see create positive relationships through high quality leadership and support. Your purpose is to engage meaningful interactions. There's a lot there. And then I want to go down and look for the same kind of connection language in the job description. Let's pause here, go look at that, and we'll create a sentence that talks about connection. Okay, so as we've gone through the job description, again, Danielle, it looks like you've looked specifically for some connection words. Give us an idea. There's a lot more blue here. Which ones, what did you find as you scan down through their writing?
Some of the ones that I highlighted to add were communication skills, create positive working relationships.
Excellent. Good. So we've got lots to work with, probably more than we can handle. So let's spend a sentence using those words that resonate with you and are in the job description for our second line, which is on connecting. How do I connect? Direction. We're going to try and combine placing your order and stating your direction at the same time. You want a, so pick a word that has a vector or a direction. I strive to, my goal is, my aim is, my target is.
So if I were to say like I am looking for, is that kind of a needy generic?
It is actually. It sounds a little needy, right? The expression here should be more along the lines of, I want you to buy into my story. I'm not coming to you with a need. I am coming to you with what I have to offer. I want you to buy my story because it's attractive, not because I need it. And so shifting from my desire is to my aim is says, I'm going for this, whether you're going to hire me or not. Not, can you please help me do this? You've got a sentence here that is now final draft worthy. I'm a driven leader who implements change and improves behavioral health outcomes. That is a statement that matches this job description very, very well and is aligned with who you are. Creating partnerships, inviting clear communication, and tracking relevant results inspires me. That is 1, 2, 3 punch right down the barrel of this is how I work, this is how I communicate, this is how I connect with other people. And I love this one because it's not only up the chain, but it's also down the chain. And it's high EQ. Creating partnerships is high EQ. Inviting is very clean and highly emotionally intelligent word. And then tracking relevant results appeals to that data side. So I think that's very powerful. The last piece honors your work. It's larger than you. I think that's going to attract a lot of interest in reading the rest of your resume. Just keep in mind as you fill out the rest of your resume, continue to refer back to your job description and the other elements that the employer puts out there. Insert those keywords as you go through your experience, and you'll carry that message down through the rest of your resume. It'll just reinforce the 1, 2, 3 punch that you get what they're doing. You're strong in your own space, and you have a story to tell that is going to be attractive and create an invitation. Good work.
Thank you so much. I'm really excited to test this out and see how things go.
Okay, awesome.